Now I'm going to show you two different types of PowerPoint slides and the different ways to teach them. The one common method is the way that you typically get your PowerPoints from book publishers. Usually just have one or two bulleted points, one or two words per bullet, just to kind of get you thinking and let you narrate a little more naturally versus reading. And then the other would be a more detailed slide, generally found in self-directed learning, things such as online classes. One of the tricks that I use whenever I'm teaching is to take just a second at the beginning to read through the slide and get your thought processes going before you begin to actually deliver the lecture. It's perfectly acceptable to do that. Silence in the classroom is not necessarily a bad thing. Now, obviously, if there's extended periods of silence, that gets kind of weird. But other than that, it's perfectly acceptable to just take a moment, read through your slides so you have an idea of where you're wanting to go and what you're going to do, and then take off with it. So, without further ado, let's start on allergic reactions. Allergic reactions. Allergic reactions can be very true emergencies. Advanced medical treatment must be obtained as quickly as possible. After the body's defense mechanisms have been depleted, they will crash quickly. The patients will crash quickly. Allergic reactions. Keep in mind that allergic reactions are true emergencies. Very important that EMS is contacted as quickly as possible. These patients can decompensate very rapidly, and before you know it, you've had a patient that's unconscious, unresponsive, and in real bad shape. So very important to contact EMS early on in the emergency, and then go ahead and begin your treatments. Now, to look back at that, you can listen back through it if you want to, but obviously this first slide has really too much information on it. And then when you read to the folks in the class, it becomes very boring, very monotone, and actually insulting. I'm perfectly capable of being able to read for myself, and you get to the point where you feel like I'm wasting my time because, one, I read faster than you're talking, and two, I don't need to be here if you're just going to read from the slide. I'd rather you just give me the slides and let me go home and do it. So those are ways to think about it. And like I said, these particular types of slides with the extra information are usually really good to use when you're using them for self-directed learning, things like I said, like online classes. But to deliver in a stand-up lecture type area, this is a better choice. The slide is much cleaner, it's much less intrusive, and one of the things that you'll find is that students don't actually spend so much time paying attention to the slide as they do paying attention to what you have to say. So this is another benefit of using these types of slides. Like I said earlier, this is definitely the type of slide you generally get from your book publishers. Usually has just a little bit of this information. Now on your PowerPoints, there are, and I'll see if I can do that for you. Here we go. Now in your PowerPoint presentation, if you wanted to add notes, you can always add notes down here, and you can type out all that additional information that you wanted to there. And that helps you, if you want to study or prepare yourself for it.